This is going to be a timeless reading for you guys. You can apply it to whatever Aries placements you have, typically Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Stellium, but I find that North Node, Mars, and all of the above can really apply depending on the transits that are taking place. For you guys, apply it to all your Aries transits, just placements, because we are in Aries season. So you guys are really being highlighted right now. You guys are probably going to be noticing a lot of whether it's changes or just momentum. Could be a burst of energy or creativity, external things taking place in your life that are kind of causing changes in your life, but you guys are the focus right now. So this is going to basically be just what you need to hear generally, and then I want to focus on love and career and finance. Basically, this is a general reading, so take what resonates. I am going to break it into sections. Feel free to comment below. Definitely please interact. That will help me a lot. You guys may notice I'm posting these videos. I am just trying to be more engaging and more consistent with the content that I share with you guys. I love doing it. Sometimes life gets in the way, but if you can, engage with me, comment, share, send it to your friend, that would really help me a lot, just because I'm trying to get you guys to engage as well. It takes two. So let's get into it. No more talking. I really want to start with my surrender oracle, to be honest. I think with these general messages, I really want to focus on advice and kind of like calls to action or just anything else you need to be aware of. So I'm just going to pull a couple cards from each deck, because these are really going to be quick readings. Of course, more want to come out for you guys. So that's what I mean, Aries. Like, there could be a lot more things you guys are like letting go of right now, or releasing or changing, than the other signs, because this is your season. We have a Mercury retrograde coming up in Aries. We have the eclipses coming up, so we're literally in eclipse season starting today. So whenever you guys see this, again, timeless, so I'm talking about the transits, but if you see this around the transits, apply them. And if you see this later, then just keep in mind the other things that I say, because I really do want these readings to be a when you see it, the advice is what you need to hear. But can't ignore eclipse energy. It is very potent. If you're hearing this later and it's months beyond the eclipse, this could just be an opportunity to reflect on what, the eclipse energy taught you, or what lessons you were meant to learn. Almost like what do they call that? A checkpoint, where you can be like, okay, what progress have I made since that period, since that time? We are in March currently. Anywho, Aries, 3 surrender oracle cards. Surrender makes me think of letting go. That was my whole point in saying that. You guys are definitely going to be letting go of some things. It could also be an opportunity to accept things as well. Just ultimately embracing the moment or the situation. So the first card you have here is surrender your ego, and it says cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So the first message here feels like there is you're getting checked a little bit here. I feel like there is a need to be humble. I was hearing remain humble, so you could actually get some kind of like opportunity, or say like something happens. It definitely feels like it would be positive. It could definitely bring you confidence, or just have you feeling yourself. So remember to remain humble no matter what happens. It just really does feel like remembering where you came from, remembering who helped you get there, just remembering like why you're doing it. Don't lose sight of the goal. Say you're making a bunch of more money this month, or you get recognition this month, or clout, or whatever you want to call it. Try to just stay grounded. The next card is surrender to receiving support and love. So even that, surrender to receiving support, it shows you probably are going to be getting a lot more like praise or accolades this month. It could be opportunities, or it could be like, say you have a social media following, say you are gaining more followers or you go viral or something. But this could also be in your personal relationships as well. It says, allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So it definitely feels like your community is important, leaning on the people around you, your loved ones. This could also be about vulnerability and just opening up, letting your guard down, and letting the people in your life know that you need support. Ultimately, don't hold everything in. Don't try to handle everything yourself, basically. And then this next card is surrender to setting limits. So it is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. Okay, Aries, so what I'm hearing, even though you got surrender your ego, these two cards also make me feel like you could be around people who are kind of like self-motivated or selfish. And it could be like draining you or just really exhausting. It feels like there's a need for you to maybe pull your energy back from certain people, or recognize where like trying to show up for those people, help them, or be a part of whatever they have going on is really not doing anything for you. Your presence is helping them more than you're getting anything out of it. So just keep that in mind. It feels like you need to focus on more balanced relationships. And Libra is opposite you guys' sign. Literally today is the full moon eclipse in Libra. And so there are going to be dynamics regarding relationships and like who you can lean on, who's showing up for you, and vice versa as well. But this surrender to receiving love and support, it almost feels like you might need to be mindful, especially if you guys are like hustlers, go-getters, and you kind of see yourself as that. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself by people who are intentional and who are mindful and who are thoughtful, when it comes to your needs, who aren't just like selfish or like leaving you hanging when you need support. People who like, are around you because of what you have achieved or how you look or whatever else. There definitely feels like there's this warning of like superficiality here. So be careful of that. It's so funny because I'm already at like the 9-minute mark almost. I'm really trying to make these readings like no more than 15 minutes. So I don't really know if I'm gonna make that happen, but I'm gonna just keep going. And I think rather than using, you guys are my guinea pigs, I guess, Aries, rather than using multiple decks for each topic, I'll probably just use one deck so you guys can get a gist. So for you, Aries, being mindful of getting kind of lost in the sauce when it comes to your goals is really important right now. Remembering to stay grounded, remembering where you came from, remembering to, be generous and consider other people's, when they say like, think of the little people, that's what it makes me think of as well. So it really does feel like you guys are either like leveling up, you're growing, you're gaining like new opportunities, or more like credibility. It just feels like a head in the clouds, feet on the ground kind of thing. Like you can have both. You can have like lofty ideas and dreams and achieve things you never thought were possible. But you also want to remember, whether it's family or, your friends or whatever, don't switch up. And like, again, going back to what are you doing it for? Like, make sure that you are, whether it's like giving back to people or the products you're using, if they're sustainable, like don't sell out, don't, go the capitalist route. I think that's also something, keeping your values intact, you know what I mean? Like with surrender or setting limits, it also makes me think of setting limits in terms of like what, like quality or the type of materials you would use and things like that. I think that that's important. I'm also just kind of hearing like with the surrender ego and the be of service to others, like bartering or like, when they say networking across instead of networking up, I think that that will be really important for you guys as well. Considering how you can utilize your family, utilize your friends or your community to get to where you're trying to go, rather than like trying to leave people behind or like do everything on your own, or, trying to fit into like, you know, get into certain rooms, get into certain crowds, you know, build your own thing, you know, organically. That's what I feel for you guys, Aries. So that's the general message. Let's move on to love and relationships, what you need to keep in mind since you did get this surrender to receiving support and love card. I'm going to use my Messages of Love Oracle since I'm really just going to do one deck. So this is for Aries. Again, Spirit, what do Aries placements need to hear at this time regarding love and relationships? Okay, so leap of faith, longing, different pages, and awakening. So leap of faith says it's safe to make the move you're considering. So if you've thought about reaching out to someone or shooting your shot, now is the time to do so. You're definitely getting the, yeah, go ahead, go do it kind of sign. And then longing, someone is secretly yearning for you. So this could be someone from your past, to be honest. Different pages does make me feel like you and this person either aren't compatible or didn't want the same things, but that you like didn't work out for a reason. So if you're like, oh, this person from my past is longing for me, that doesn't really change what happened between you two. It just shows and confirms that like they still miss you, they still think about you. This could confirm that there might be like potential for a future connection between you guys, or a reconnection. But right now I just think there is a need for you to like kind of focus on yourself and don't like wait for this person or like hold out hope, because you guys are on two different paths right now, and it just feels like leaning into your priorities is gonna serve you more. You know, you have like better things to do basically right now. Even though you have the surrender to receiving support and love card, again, it feels like there's so much fulfillment you can find from like community and from like your platonic relationships or like your family relationships. Like for some of you, it does feel like there is a need for you to recognize like you don't need love to feel fulfilled. Like you don't need a romantic partner. It's okay to be single. It's okay to like focus all of the love and the passion that you have into your other relationships or your creative projects and things like that. Like I'm literally hearing like passion project, and that's why they call it that, because it's something that you really love, and you're giving a lot of your time to. But awakening, someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. Like I said, a lot of changes, a lot of things you guys are going to be finally realizing over the next like month, or like, you know, I really think up to 6 months, there's going to be like these major changes happening, and as soon as a few weeks. But this year is going to be very transformative for you guys with the North Node in Aries and everything else going on. Leap of faith. It is safe to make the move you're considering. I read that one. So yeah, I just really think in terms of love, right now it feels like prioritizing yourself. You know what I mean? Self-love comes first for you guys. Not to say that in the future something can't change. I just think that right now, you guys, I'm almost seeing like a caterpillar in a cocoon in that chrysalis stage before they're emerging as a butterfly. So it's like you guys are too busy. Like you're going through all these changes and these transformations, and even if you were to be in a relationship, it's like you're in the midst of transitioning and leveling up and completely shape-shifting. So it's like you can't really settle or date or choose to like commit to something when you're in this transitional period of your life. So just keep that in mind with a lot of things. If it feels like, oh, when is this going to happen, or when is this going to happen for me? It does feel like you guys are in transition, and there's a need to like adjust to that and try to kind of like, I don't know, don't hold on to anything too tightly right now, because it does feel like over the next few months, there's going to be a lot of like influx of things, you know? So keep that in mind. And then let's do career and finance for you guys. I'm actually just going to use Creativity Oracle deck. This is for Aries placements. Manifestation. Ooh, I love that. It says, soon you may manifest the goal you focus your spiritual energies upon. I feel like during this time, like I said, it's March right now, Aries season, spring equinox, Astro New Year. You're starting to see a lot of like manifest, you know, and like it's eclipse season, so some people are saying not to manifest. But I always like find that tricky, because it's like, yeah, maybe don't do spell work and like try to like what's the word, manipulate anything, but we're manifesting at all times. Do you know what I mean? Just by like showing up every day, or by saying our affirmations or whatever else, we're manifesting. And saying an affirmation during an eclipse, I don't think is going to create chaos in your life. Do you know what I mean? And so I think that there's a need to recognize, like, through everything that you're doing, you have been manifesting something that is going to happen for you guys. You don't have to actively be manifesting. It's like this is a confirmation that you are in alignment, and that this eclipse is almost going to bring the gifts. You don't have to manifest because you've already been doing the work. And so it does feel like I'm hearing prosperity is coming your way, which is cool. Long-term gain, you know what I mean? Like something you're planting the seeds, or you have been planting the seeds, and you're gonna see the results of something like 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You're gonna look back and be like, that was the start of whatever it is that you have like built up to that point, you know? I say that because I see Saturn here on the back of this card, but it's evolve, and it says creative ideas evolve out of the invisible and profound nothingness of proverbial consciousness. This card is saying a lot of like woo-woo type words, but really this is just saying there's so much potential to evolve from nothing, from like a moment, you know? Like that's why I said the seeds that you're planting now, those seeds, you're not always like physically, I'm planting a seed today. It's just through your actions and through even sometimes your experiences, you know, like bumping shoulders with someone and having a conversation with someone can also be that like catalyst to evolution ultimately. So I don't know, I feel like these cards, sometimes they are just reassurance, sometimes they're guidance, or like encouraging you to do something, but this almost feels like it's just like encouraging you to be present, Aries. So if you're feeling restless, or if you're like, when is this gonna happen? I feel like I said that earlier, like, when is this going to take place? When is this going to take place? You guys are in the middle of a transition. Like the table is being prepared. That's what I just heard. New start came out, and it says sometimes we must realize that what we have done needs to be discarded, and we must make a new start. So yeah, so some of you guys are going to be like scrapping the plan completely. And I feel like with the manifestation soon, you may manifest the goal you focus your spiritual energies upon. This is going to be that fresh start. Some of you guys have like an actual project, goal, idea, business, or something that you've already been working on, and it feels like it's going to take off over these next months. But some of you guys are going to completely, like, say you could be quitting your job, or you could be completely ending something, like moving or starting a new lease, or something that is going to be a fresh start. And it's like, oh, finally, like I was able to make that happen, you know what I mean? So really exciting month. It feels like a lot of changes, a lot of like potentially new experiences for you guys, Aries. Enjoy yourself. Don't let anyone disturb your peace. Don't sacrifice or compromise what you know you need to do, or feel you need in order to like show up for yourself. So if you need to pull back, if you need to rest, if you don't want to go out, if you don't, can't do a favor for someone, it's okay to be a little bit more selfish, self-focused. And really it's all about self-preservation, and just knowing that right now, like, you have a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts that need your attention and also your energy. So don't feel guilty, don't feel bad, don't feel lazy. If you're feeling tired, or if you feel like you need to pull back, don't feel like you're not doing enough. You guys literally are ruled by Mars. You're doing the most, more, 9 times out of 10. So take the opportunities to rest, especially as we start going through these eclipses. You're probably going to start feeling it even more. Yeah, bye.